A registered sex offender from Holyoke will be spending at least a decade behind bars after pleading guilty to child pornography charges in federal court yesterday. Prosecutors say 35-year-old Justin Ouimet admitted to possessing child porn after investigators tied him to a Dropbox account uploading child sexual abuse material. During a search of his home, agents found hundreds of files showing children as young as toddlers. They found even more pictures in his cloud storage accounts. Ouimet was already a convicted sex offender, found guilty of child porn possession in state court back in 2022. He was on probation when he committed this new offense. With the prior conviction, he faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years and up to 20 years in prison. He's set to be sentenced in November.